Hey, what's up, family? I thought I'd get on here and share. I told a brother that I was going to share with him how to overcome a pornography or masturbation addiction, and so I thought I'd just go ahead and film it and post it, and whoever uh, could be struggling with it or is struggling with it, one thing I want you young men to know is that you're not alone. That most men struggle with some type of porn or masturbation or sexual addiction, and that it's something that you can overcome. You're not alone. That's number one. And number two is you can overcome it if you want to. And so I was just gonna get on here and share with you how to do it, and it's not a long process. It doesn't take years of treatment or a lot of things, uh, but it does require two things. The first thing is you have to really want to overcome this addiction or overcome this problem. You without desire, nothing is possible. If you desire and you believe, anything is possible. So if you're on the rocks about it, if you don't really know if you want to be over, it's not gonna work. You have to want, like, you have to be sick and tired of being sick and tired, almost like you have to be disgusted with the habit, and you want to be done with it and through with it. And that's then you have the power that you need to overcome it. Without desire there's no power. With desire there's all power. So know that you first thing you need is a desire. The second thing you need is you must believe that it's going to work. Belief will actually do the work for you. If you believe it that it's going to work, it will work. So you got to have desire and you got to have belief, and with those two things you can overcome anything. Now, so first let me tell you what's going on with you, and where the addiction comes from. The porn addiction and masturbation addiction comes from, and there's several causes of it. Uh, One cause is history. One the ideal of a man being with one woman is, and some of you men are single, so y'all don't even have a woman, but the ideal of a man being with one woman or having one spouse is relatively a new ideal. It wasn't from ancient days, and depending on where you're from, like if you're from the Middle East or if you're from Africa or if you're from somewhere uh, 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 towards the east, you're you were known historically for having multiple wives. We had 5 or 6 wives. Men had 5 or 6 wives, and even though we haven't practiced that in 100 years or a few hundred years, it's still embedded in our DNA. And so in our DNA, it has memory from thousands of years ago. And one of our drives, our natures, is to reproduce, and the way we reproduce is by having multiple wives. And so it's embedded into us. I'm not making any judgment or saying that yes, it's okay, go ahead and have multiple wives. I'm not advocating multiple wives or anything like that. I'm just saying that these are the facts. That's how it's been, and that's how our body is still operating. Another thing that happened is, at one point in time, you thought that masturbation and pornography served you. It served a purpose in your life, and what happened was, you know, probably a young man before you had a wife and before you had a steady girlfriend or whatever. You just wanted to experiment, and you experienced pornography and you experienced masturbation, and it was ecstasy. And what you did, not knowing it, is that you recorded it into your brain as being pleasurable, as serving you, as serving the purpose. So your brain recorded that information, that it was pleasurable and it served the purpose and it was needed, and it recorded it, and it saved that information. Now, what the problem is that now, let's say you're 30 years old, you're 35 years old, you're 40 years old, and you want to be done with it, but your brain doesn't know it. Your brain is still is still operating on an old system and an old program that says that this is serving us, that pornography serves us, that masturbation serves us, and so I'm gonna keep doing it. I'm gonna keep bringing it up whenever I'm frustrated, whenever I need to relax or need a relief. Go to pornography, and so even though you try to resist it, it's downloaded in your brain, so you automatically go and do what your brain has programmed itself to do. It's almost like you can't override the system. Now, what you can do is a technique that's called NLP. It's called neuro-linguistic programming, and what it basically is the way you communicate to your brain. It's just neuro means brain, linguistic means language, programming is self-explanatory, but it's a neuro-linguistic program. So it's the way you talk to your brain. You have to communicate with your brain, and what you want to communicate to your brain is that this no longer serves us. That pornography no longer serves us. That masturbation no longer serves us. And so here's the way you do it. Is you have to have, okay, you have the pornography or you have the masturbation, so you have that feeling that that I want to watch pornography, I want to masturbate or something like that. So you have that feeling, and once that feeling comes over you, your brain goes into gear to put all the necessary parts into play so that you can go ahead and perform the act, right? Okay. So you have that feeling, and what you want to do is you want to activate that feeling, that need, that desire. I need to release. I need to relieve myself. I want to watch pornography. Then you have to have a what is it? It's like well, it has to be something that you cannot stand doing. So with me, I cannot stand throwing up. I cannot stand vomiting. Vomiting is like the worst thing to me. It's like, that's not how the body works. It goes in, it doesn't come up, and so I'm disgusted by vomiting. And you may have something else. You may be scared of, or you may have, a problem with seeing blood, or whatever your disgust is, and it has to be something that you just can't stand. You may hate being sick. If you hate being sick and you just can't stand having a cold or a flu or something like that, then that's what you want to focus on. And so it's real easy. You get the feeling of wanting the pornography. You get the feeling of masturbation or whatever, and make it strong. Make it real, almost like pull out your phone and however you're watching porn, you might even pull up the porn site that you usually go to or whatever, and be totally engulfed in it. And then you must put all of your energy into feeling that you hate, that whatever it is. If it's sickness, then you have to feel the sickness, everything that the sickness does. Like, feel the fever coming over you, feel your throat scratching, and with me it was vomiting. So So my feeling was vomiting, and I have to engulf, you know, I have to really embrace that feeling. Like, if I would do it, I would pull up the porn thing or whatever, look at it, and physically almost throw up. And I can feel the vomit and feel the feeling that I feel, the emotions that throwing up makes me feel. Like, even now, just playing, I can feel it, and it disgusts me, you know. And I want to be over it. And so you have to really be sold on that, because you're actually sending a message to your brain that this thing is not serving us anymore. And you do that, and you know, you have to you anchor that feeling to pornography or to masturbation or whatever, and you know, it'll go away, and you know, go ahead go about your day or whatever. Then maybe sometime later, that feeling, maybe days later, maybe hours later, maybe weeks later, you know, it'll come back again, and have you, you know, want to look at pornography or whatever. Well, you have to go through that. You have to go through that again, that process again. Pull up the your pornography or whatever in your phone or whatever. Have that feeling. If it's fevers and sickness, be sick, really sick. If it's throwing up, go. You know, really, almost, if you have to really throw up, whatever you have to do to get this message to your brain that this no longer serves you. And all you have to do is do it a couple of times, and really it'll be anchored, and your brain will be like, no, I don't, this is not what I want. And it will no longer associate pornography or masturbation as serving its purpose, and it will it will leave you. That thing will leave you. You will overcome this spirit. And that's what it really is it's a spirit, and you're overcoming it, and you're teaching your brain that this spirit no longer serves us, and it'll leave. And just like anything else, every now and then, you know, it'll come back and try to visit to see if you got room for it, and if you want to do it, just go through that process again, and it'll be gone. And you know, just a few times, and you're gonna really see that thing is anchored, and you know, now you got control over it. The brain understands that it no longer serves you, and you're free to you know, live the rest of your life without this thing harassing you. And just like Jesus says, go and sin no more. After you do this, go and sin no more. Don't return back to that thing again. You know, because just like Jesus gave the scenario with the demon, worse things. He'll, if you let that thing back in, he'll go and bring 7 other demons worse than him, you know, back in. And so once you done with it, be done with it. And you know, God bless you. I wish you much success. I hope you thrive in everything you do. Peace.